Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for joining me today at Juanette's Crafting Corner for a little Etsy update. I got in some Florentine Christmas paper, and if you guys don't know what that is, it is a paper that is only made in Florence, Italy. And I ordered some Christmas ones. In the pack in my Etsy shop, there are 6 different designs. Now, 5 of them are all one size, but there is one piece in the pack that is smaller, and that is because when I ordered them all the bigger sizes, but they told me after I received the paper in my invoice that they only had a certain amount of this design. And so when I cut it down, it had to be the smaller sheet. But it's still a good size sheet. It is, probably 13 inches or more by, let me do the inches because that's more what I'm used to, like 9 3/4 inches. What I'm going to do is zoom you down so you can see it up close and just tap you. Okay. This one is vintage or nostalgic Christmas desserts. We have Christmas dinner up here, like a chocolate cake up there. We've got this cute little girl who is baking. We've got some cookies over here. It's got some gold like leafing in it. We've got some candies over here, right in there. 3 little girls here. And then it looks like some fudge right in there. It says Christmas cookies. There is some kind of recipes in there. This looks like I think a pudding cake. There's a fork in there, but you can see just how beautiful. Oop, I went out of focus. I apologize. How beautiful this sheet of paper is. So this one here is the only one that is of the smaller size. They come in a pack of 6 sheets per pack. Now, here is, and let me just zoom you out so you can see. So what I did is I rolled them up. I put them in a cellophane bag, and then I rolled them up. I didn't want to fold them up. This is how they would come if they were folded. I'm going to just lay this here. And what I had to do was order some special boxes for the rolled paper to come in. I ordered them from Amazon, and they're supposed to be here on Thursday. What I'm going to do is I think I'm going to go ahead and put them in my shop. But if you want them rolled up and not folded, you're going to have to wait till after Thursday for me to ship them out to you. And then there's a problem also. I'm leaving to go to New Mexico on Friday, so it's a pain. I'm sorry. It's I just travel too much. What are you going to do? So anyway, if you don't mind them folded up, what I can do is fold it in half and crease it. But if you're like me, I don't like things folded. So I don't know. It's a dilemma. It's a dilemma. Now let me show you the other designs here. Now, the reason I'm having to wait for other packaging to arrive is because I wanted to leave these other sheets bigger, because I thought to myself, if you want to use this paper to cover a journal, when you're making a journal, you're going to want it this big, because then you can fold it and you can cover either the outside of a journal or the inside of the journal. If you're going to use collaging, it for collaging, then you wouldn't probably mind it folded. But this size here is over, I think I measured, it was like 19 3/4 inches or something like that. It's definitely over 19 inches, and the height of it is, I think I measured 13.5. So 5 sheets are this size. Only 1 sheet is this smaller size. So let me bring you down to show you this one. This one is postcards. I hope that is in focus. So we've got some Santas here. And then with all good Christmas wishes, we have a candle there, some stamps in there. That's some kids on a sleigh, a couple of Santas, and a bird. They're all postcards. And so these would really be good for collaging. Look at this one up here. Isn't that cute? May your heart this Christmas day be filled with joy and cheer, and nothing give you cause to grieve throughout the coming year. So that is the postcard one. Then you have this one. And again, it's the bigger size. It has Merry Christmas in different languages. And I apologize, I don't know all the languages. It does say also White Christmas up here at the top. So White Christmas, Merry Christmas, different languages. Again, it's got that beautiful gold, like flecks throughout it. There's poinsettias. There's a little bit of music in here. Some pine cones. Again, that gold, and then all this different lettering and fonts. Look at this one down here. Kind of a wreath with a bird. And then the next one has pine cones and like some kind of a berry. So we got some pretty pine cones here. It looks like faux Scotch tape there. It also has a little bit of gold in here. I'm going to bring it in. But again, I have to tap you to get you to focus. There's on the pine cone leaves here, there's a little bit of gold in there. There's some holly leaves here and holly berries. I'm going to bring you back out. Are you going to work, Pascal? Okay, bye, dear. That was my son just leaving for work. So this is pretty. And again, I left these big so that you could cover an inside, front or back of a journal. That's what I would want to do with this paper. I know my other Florentine paper is cut up smaller, but I'm not so sure I would cover a whole journal with that. If you guys want me, the next time I order Florentine paper, if you want me to keep it this bigger size, let me know. Okay, this one says December, Christmas Day. Again, it's got some pine cones with some holly leaves. Let's see, I need to look up real close. It's got, yes, again, in here, it's got a little bit of the gold leaf in there. That's what I love so much about Florentine paper, is it's so different than other papers. It's so beautiful. We've got a little bit of music back in here. Yeah, very pretty. And then the last one, number 6. Again, let's see, we've got some script in here. Again, some berries, some holly and berries in there. Your traditional kind of red and green. Now, let me show you this here. I'm going to bring you in and do a little taparoo here. Oops. Oh boy, that really brought me in. Let's see if I can read. There we go. Tap it. Oh, sorry, you guys. Okay, I'm going to tap. So on some of your paper on the front, it's going to have this barcode. That is the way Florentine paper comes. And I'm going to turn it around and bring it up close and do a little tap. Okay, do you see where it says made in Italy? That's where you know you're getting the real deal. And I'm not sure why they put that barcode on the front, but they do that with all the Florentine paper. They don't put the barcode on the back. So this is what I did on one of my sheets. I took my paper trimmer and I cut this part off because it still gives you more than enough room across it to cover a book. But what I did with this one here, I cut that out because I wouldn't use that. I took my Stampin' Up! Whale tail punch and I punch some tabs. This is another punch I have. This is a Stampin' Up! Circle tab punch. But that's what you could do with this area here, is just use your punches and punch some tabs there, and then you would have this for putting on journals. So that is my Christmas Florentine paper. This is the one I cut. Yeah, so do you see how this one is shorter here? That's what I did, is I cut this one off, and I did some tabs on it. So it, like I said, it comes with 6 different sheets. If you want to wait until Thursday, it will come rolled up like this. Like I said, I ordered special boxes so that it would be shipped to you in really good condition. If you don't mind it folded up, then I can go ahead and, oh my gosh, sorry you guys. I tapped the camera to make it focus. But if you don't mind it folded up and you want it right away, then I can send it that way. But I would recommend waiting. I wouldn't want it folded up. Okay. Now, the next thing while I was gone, my Tim Holtz fabric arrived. I'm going to pull you in just a tiny bit and do a little tap. So his new palette is called Charcoal. And isn't this fun looking, you guys? To me, it looks very like neutral, like the brown colors and stuff like that. So I sold out of the neutral palette very, very quickly, but I think this would work just as well. So let's start with the first one. So the first one is called Handwriting. And for a minute there, I thought it had gotten dirty, but it had not. It actually is the color in the fabric. And he does say this fabric is designed to have a distressed appearance with printed imperfections. So I know people who know Tim Holtz know that and wouldn't be concerned about that. But look at this. Now, to me, that is so neutral. It's the handwriting that is the charcoal color, but I think this is going to fly off the shelves. This is pretty. So this is called Handwriting. Oh, wait till you see the next one. This is a completely different design. This is called Schematic. Look at it. Maybe I need to back you out even a little bit more, you guys, so you can see the whole thing. Look at it. So, gosh, we've got a door down here. It looks like it's an architect from an architecture book, but different windows here. What is this over here? This says Field House in Massachusetts. Detail door trim there. Elevation. And again, it's a very neutral background. It's the design itself that is the charcoal color. This is very different than what he's done in the past. So that's what I like about it. Very, very nice. It's called Schematic. When you order the palette pack, you get all 10 different designs. This one is called Topography, and it's your alphabet. I think I have it upside down. And it is the charcoal colored lettering and the neutral background. So we have, like right in here, I'm going to just show you. So there's several different A's, a couple of B's, 2 different C's, a couple of D's, 2 T's. So there's a variety in the amount of each letter, like 2 E's, 3 A's. But this is fun. This is a nice one. I love all of Tim Holtz fabrics. I'm so glad that I became a charter member and was able to bring it into my shop and be able to offer it to you guys. Now this one is called Moths. At first I thought it was butterflies, but it's moths. Okay, I've got it upside down. So, okay, different kind of moths. Okay, got some tiny little ones through here, bigger ones through here. Now again, if you were going to do some kind of a botanical journal, then you would maybe want some moths in it. Got tiny little ones through there. You could also do some thread painting. Some of them do look like butterflies, but it's called moths. And look at here. Let me just kind of make sure I got you tapped in here. Look at there. It's like the cocoon of it. And a real neutral background, and then the moths themselves are the charcoal color. And then we have stamps, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the stamps have been in every single palette that he's done, but these are all neutral. We have a lot of charcoal, but then we also have some nice neutral colors, some browns, some beiges. I may have this one upside down. I do. Oh, shoot there, sister. That almost looks like Washington there. But yeah, this one here, it looks like it's, I'm going to bring you in here. It looks like it's just a nice light brown color or a beige color. And remember, you guys, with this one, let's see if I can turn around real quick and see if I have any. Should be in my pocket drawer. It actually was in my journal card drawer. This is what I did with my other ones. What I've done is I've taken the stamps and then I did a little bit of slow stitching. What I did is I doubled it. So I make sure that I have the right side of the fabric here and then also the right side fabric there to create a pocket. I did a tiny little bit of slow stitching around there, just folded it over and did really kind of messy stitching. On this one, I added a little bit of lace. This one, I added an image on the front and then again, a postcard in the pocket itself. But these are fun to put in the journal. So this is what I like most about the stamp fabric. And if you have a lot of the colors, it would go into almost every single journal. And what you were doing, oh, you know what? That flipped up. I have got to do a little bit of glue job there. Sorry, I'm going to just take my time and do that. That kind of came up. Probably what I did is just stitched it down and I didn't glue it down. And it kind of came up. I apologize for the for stopping and doing that. Yeah, I took another stamp, I cut it out and I just stitched it on the back there. But yeah, see, you've got a lot of writing room there. But do you see how this, now I know this fabric here is from the neutral palette. But do you see how close that is to the charcoal? Very close. Oh, this is going to fly off the shelves, you guys. I know it is. Okay, so stamps. The next one is called tickets. And I know he's done this a lot. I use this for tabs in a journal. So this is definitely the charcoal color here. The background is a really nice dark charcoal color. Definitely not black, but the tickets themselves are neutral. They're the light browns, dark browns. Lots of numbers, 20 cents, 40 cents, admit one, 35 cents, admit one. That says Rocky Springs Park. Oh, I like this. Now look at this one. Okay. if you cut this one out, what you could do is fold it over and have that as a tab. And so you'd have this on one side and that on the other side. That's a good one. I like that. Good for, what's it say? Refreshment. So that's our ticket fabric. And then the next one is numbers. And he's done a lot of these, which are fun. They're good to have. I really like this. Oh, that's pretty. This is really nice. Lots and lots of numbers. So your darker charcoal is around the outside. You've got lighter charcoal in between, and then you've got numbers there. It looks like they repeat themselves. So 26, 43, 57. So each one of these repeats themselves. Very nice. And then our all-time favorite, the collage one. Okay, let's open it up. Okay, we've got some map ads there, satin soap, a beautiful little bird there. We have the moths there. Up here we have, it looks like it could be from a journal. Lots and lots of pictures. Department 177. This would be nice. This looks like gears or something like that. That would be nice in a masculine journal. Over here we have a little of the topography. That is a tiny little bit of floral in there. Again, some nice floral over here. There's no floral in this. The big piece of fabric, there is no floral except for that one little bit there. But yeah, very, very nice. And then we have map. And this is, now this is really nice and dark. It almost looks like it has a black hue to it. Okay, Lake Erie there. Some reference with some names. Again, maps, of course. This says Buffalo over here. And remember, even though it has maps, if you made this fabric, if you use this fabric to make a yo-yo, you would not see that it's a map. It would just be various colors. Very nice. And then the last one is called Vintage. And again, it is definitely darker here than what I see through the camera. But this, oh gosh, wouldn't this be pretty for a spine on the inside of a journal? Some nice light colors in there. Then it, goes out to different colors. I love this. Yes. So this is the Tim Holtz charcoal fabric. It definitely is in my shop now. And I do want to tell you this. Yesterday, I had a customer order a significant amount of things. And while I fold this up, I'll explain that because some of you may not know that. But she ordered a significant amount of things. She ordered, number one, a book, lots of my ledger, a ledger pack. I think she even ordered Florentine paper. And Etsy has a problem sometimes calculating the shipping. Etsy thought I was going to put the entire order, the entire order in separate parcels. And so they charged her like, I don't know, $10 or $11 per parcel. Well, I was able to package it up very nicely. And if you look at my reviews, you'll see that I really am conscious of trying to make sure that whatever you order from me is going to arrive in good shape. I have had, I think in all my years of an Etsy store, I did have twice where the package arrived in not the best shape, and the lady sent me proof of it, and so I did refund her money. But in all my sales, I can't even remember how many I have, I always make sure that it's packaged well. So even though she had so much, I still was able to put it in one big padded envelope. And in just her order alone, I was able to refund her. I'm going to pull the sheet right now. Yeah, I refunded her $29. Now, bless that lady's heart for going ahead and ordering such a big thing with the shipping. I mean, I think they said something like the shipping was going to be $69, which is, I mean, it's going to Texas. That's crazy. $69. I would have probably not ordered it, but she went ahead and ordered it. Well, I refunded her the $29. So just be assured that if by chance you see that the shipping seems way out of whack, I will refund you if it's calculated incorrectly. Now with the fabric, that seems to be spot on because I am able to weigh it and I am able to put it in a poly bag, first a cellophane bag so that it doesn't get wet. Then I put it in another poly bag so that, again, that protects it. So the shipping on the fabric seems pretty close. But if you do, like I said, by chance, order multiple items and you think, my gosh, that shipping is crazy. If you trust me, and hopefully you would, go ahead and place your order or even message me and ask me about, is that shipping correct? And then I can look to see if I can put it all in one parcel, if it will fit. Anyway, I don't know why I went off on that, but I did. But anyway, those are two things that are in my shop right now. You know that I just got back from Paris. I was able to buy quite a few books. I will be able to put those in my shop. They're all French books. I did buy some documents, some different ephemera and documents. I'll go through those. And then I did purchase some textiles, some fabrics, laces, doilies. Not as many as I wanted to, but I still did pretty good. So those will be coming up in my shop soon. Anyway, thanks so much for joining me today at Juanette's Crafting Corner for this Etsy update. And I will see you guys again soon. Thanks and bye-bye.